Alright, it's time for more Tekken 8 Season 2 changes. This time we're going over the character whose hair is always doing some weird shit. Lili. In Season 2, they have not fixed her hair, but have expanded her offensive options in neutral, as well as adjustments to Feisty Rabbit to give it more versatility. So let's get into the changes, starting with patch 2.02. 3.1 and 3.2. The tracking on the second hit has been enhanced so it doesn't whiff midway through. In patch 2.01, Lili took a few damage nerfs, up 1+2, the second level, went from 38 damage to 30. Running 1+2, which has the dumbest looking change in the patch, its damage went from 1015 to 916, which in both cases is 25. That's an amazing change. It's because of combos, but still. Full crouch down forward 1 went from 25 damage to 24. Dew Glide 1-4, the second hit went from 30 damage to 26. In heat, the second hit went from 36 damage to 30. Dew Glide 3+4 was 6 and 20 damage, it is now 6 and 19 damage. In the emergency patch, Lili got one change, up 1+2, second level no longer causes a wall crush and is now +12 on block. Now for the actual Season 2 changes. Lili now has a new 16 to 17 frame mid-heat smash. On hit it does 55 damage and can wall break and wall blast as well. On block it is +7. But you can sidewalk it pretty consistently to the right. Running 1+2 is a new 13 to 14 frame double high. On hit it gives you a guaranteed follow-up, it can wall splat as well, and on block it is +4. And in combos it gives a hard air spin. You can now also heat burst and heat smash from Feisty Rabbit. You can now go into Feisty Rabbit from down to 2. At its fastest, on hit it's going to leave you at -1. But the more you delay, the more minus you become. I've seen this actually be somewhere around -14 at its slowest. On block at its fastest it leaves you at -7. But again, the more you delay, the more minus you are. I've seen this be -19. There we go, -19. Full crouch down forward 3, Lili's slide, you can now do it from Dew Glide with down forward 3. The slide is now faster as well. It was a 23 to 32 frame move. It is now 19 to 28 frames. Sidestep 4 can now be done as full crouch down forward 4. You can also do it using forward down forward 4 or Dew Glide down forward 4. On block it is now -4. This was -2 before. There's also less distance to the opponent on hit and on block. Lili's forward 1+2 is now up 1+2 or up back 1+2, which honestly does make it easier to use in combos. The first level now does 20 damage instead of 28. And can give you a hard air spin as well. And the distance to your opponent has actually been reduced as well if you get the hard air spin. In heat, 3+4, 3+4, which is basically Lili's old heat smash, is now just a heat move. As you can see, it takes like a third of your heat bar, so you can do it at least 3 times. On hit, it does 45 damage instead of the 55 that it used to do, and it can still cause a floor break as well. On block, it is +7. When it was a heat smash, it was +9. And it's actually kind of crazy because you're basically going from heat smash into heat smash into the actual heat smash. You can... My god. Also, for some reason, you get more plus frames if the first hit whiffs. So there you see +20. By itself on hit, it leaves you at -3. If you completely whiff the first part, +21. Lili's jab hitbox has been expanded downward so it doesn't whiff in certain situations. Down 1 now has reduced distance to the opponent on hit. Up forward 4 now has more forward momentum to extend the reach of the attack. Dew Glide 3+4 now causes a hard air spin in combos. Back turn 1-4 and back turn 1-2 can now be delayed slightly. Back turn 4, 3+4 is now natural on hit. And back turn 4 is now -7 on block. It was -11 before. Down 2, 2, 4 is now -13 on block. This was -17 before, and there's less pushback. Down forward 3 now does 20 damage. It was 23 before. Back 1 is now -8 on block. This was -6 before. Back turn 3 now has reduced distance to the opponent on block. Up forward 4, 3 now does 18 and 25 damage. Before it was 18 and 30. Forward 3, 3+4, as well as up 3, 3, 3+4, got a fix so that it only floor breaks on the last hit, so you get more damage now. And it's actually working as intended. Previously it would floor break midway through. Overall in Season 1, Lili wasn't super problematic outside of the feisty rabbit shenanigans at the wall. And in Season 2, they did give her some decent changes, like Slide being faster now. The Sidestep 4 changes, being able to do it in more ways. Down 2, 2, 4 as well, now being -13 instead of launch punishable. But when you look at it, they haven't really given her a lot that expands her neutral offensive options like they said in the patch notes. She honestly took more damage nerfs than anything else. And the hard air spins do help because, well, more wall carry. But she's not really doing a ton of damage, because of the damage nerfs, I guess. And honestly, I wish she could actually get the hard air spin from her back 1 loops, because that was kind of a core part of her combos, as well as for getting more damage in her combos and wall carry. But you kind of actually can't do that, well, besides this, I guess. That one works for some reason, but if you try doing it anywhere else, it whiffs. But you guys let me know what you think about Lili's changes in Season 2. If you liked, leave a like, dislike if you didn't. As strong as the hard air spins are for combos, the back 1 loops are just... they're way cooler and they're just way more satisfying to land.